Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Carolyn and today I'm sharing tips on how I film all my YouTube videos, from the processes I do to get ready all the way to the equipment that I use. I hope that you find this helpful if you're looking to start your own channel, and I hope that you subscribe. Let's get you going in the right direction. So real quick, I'm just going to share with you from start to finish what my process looks like when I am filming a video. So first things first is I get ready, I make sure that I look the part, and this helps give me confidence to cover the topic that I'm speaking about in my video. So a little bit of makeup, and then I also choose an outfit that I think will look nice on camera. It's also important to wear something comfortable because if you feel comfortable, you're going to exude a lot more comfort and confidence while speaking to your audience. Next, set up your background. When you see a video, it's pretty easy to notice the things going on in the background, and if somebody is sitting on a messy bed, or let's say that they're in their kitchen and it's just like there's pots and pans piled up, it doesn't look very appealing. But if you have a nice background behind you that's easy on the eyes and not distracting, people are gonna get a lot more value from what you're actually presenting in your video, and they'll pay a lot more attention to you and less attention to what's going on in the background. So for me, this means making my bed because we have a small apartment and this is the biggest space that I have to actually film. It's also helpful to declutter small spaces just by removing some things from the camera angle. Next, set up your tripod or filming equipment, and I'll talk a whole lot more about what I use and why I use it, but I'm just setting up my tripod for where I usually sit and speak to my camera. And as you can see, it has a ring light, which does need to be plugged in, so I have a small extension cord for that as well. You may need to get one if you decide to do something that uses a ring light to give extra light to your space. Okay, you guys are now hooked up to my tripod that actually has the ring light. One last thing, I'm going to accessorize and let my hair down. All right, so granted my hair is a little crazy today. I've been running around the house doing a lot with the girls, but you know what? This is how it goes with mom life. If you want to start a YouTube channel as a mom, you gotta use whatever resources you have and just make it work. So right now my babies are napping, and that's pretty much my go-to time to film anything. Bottom line though, you guys have seen me many times, if you've watched my channel already, sitting in this exact position. This is kind of my background. It's something that is simple. We live in a small apartment, so it's nice that I can make something work that is just nice and easy on the eyes behind me. It just has our bed and handsome and gorgeous behind us. That's just what we have behind our bed. And I try to let in as much sunlight as possible. So I have all of the windows open in this room, but I try not to have it in the lens because I don't want it to make me seem more dark because there's lighting behind me, which is why the ring light in front of me is also very helpful. I don't always use the ring light, but I just try to use it when I think it's a little cloudy outside, or if I'm trying to film later on in the day when there's not as much sunshine coming in. Bottom line, if you can let in as much sunshine as possible, that really is the best way to have the best lighting possible. Then the other thing is to have good audio. And audio is super easy. I'm using my iPhone to film, and you can totally do that when you're starting out. Later on, I do anticipate on having an actual vlogging camera or something a little bit more official that I can use. But for now, this is totally fine and the audio is great. Now, a couple other tools I do recommend if you're starting out new here on YouTube is I actually have this mini tripod, and I can attach a little thing on top that lets me put my iPhone in, and you can also attach something that lets you put in different types of cameras. You can get all kinds of different stands, but this mini one is something that it actually bends, which is really nice. I can mold it however I want, which really comes in handy if I'm filming something in the kitchen. Let's say I'm doing a cooking video and I just want to prop this up on the actual table to show what I'm chopping or something like that. This is the best little tripod for something like that, and I will link it below. I also have a second standing tripod, which I don't actually need more than one tripod very often, unless of course I'm filming something where I want to show my tripod, like this video. So you saw me filming and putting up my ring light tripod, right? Well, let me show you what my phone was standing on while I did that. So here's the ring light I was just using, and here is my other tripod. And it's just really simple. This was the first one that I ever got from Amazon. It's on Amazon Basics. I will link it below, but it's nice because it can get super tall. And as you can see here, I've got my little iPhone holder in here, so I can go up and down, or I can go sideways, and I can adjust this so that it gets taller or smaller based on the size of your phone. And then you can also take this completely off. And this is the part that I was mentioning that I can add on to my smaller tripod. And it's just nice because I can actually take it off and I can put whatever I want right here. If I have, let's say I want to use a GoPro or a more official camera in the future, I can attach that. And then this here can actually go up and down. So as you can see, it is now getting shorter. And additionally, this entire thing can go like this. And each one of these can come open. I can't do it with one hand. Like that. And then the legs can get shorter. And then it's folded all the way. So it actually gets pretty small, which is really nice. And then this is my other one that I was just showing you, hairband. So yeah, those are my two primary ones that I use. And then of course this one here is the one that I love lately, that I've been using the most, that has my ring light attached to it, and it's pink. I will link this below as well. There are also multiple kinds of stands to hold your phone on. So this one is the one that is actually on my stand that has a ring light. And as you can see, it's more of like a straw bendy kind of situation going on here. So that is how I set my holder for this versus how the other one works that I pointed out to you, that it actually has this thing that adjusts on top. So instead of adjusting on top, this actually just opens like this. So I have to push, and it's super easy to function and make it work with multiple different types of phones. And that's the default that comes with this. But I think you could actually take it off here using this little thing there, just twist it off, and you can put on a different type of holder as well. One other thing that you need to do is make a thumbnail, and as you can tell, I've just actually adjusted my camera to not include the little signs up there because I need as much space as I can get. I'm also going to take a picture of myself with this not flipped over just because I want to minimize the words that are in my thumbnail. I have not done this as much in the past, but I'm starting to do it more and more, and I'm finding success with that because then people focus more on what the actual thumbnail says. So I will show you how I take a quick thumbnail of myself and then edit it. Okay, so I'm now recording my screen and I'm going to take a picture. The best way that I do this is I actually switch from video over to portrait mode and then slide up and select a timer. I'm gonna choose 10 seconds so that I have 10 seconds to prepare. I'm just gonna hold up the props for this thumbnail to kind of show what it's about and let the picture take itself. I think that picture turned out okay. What do you think? Okay, now I just switched back onto video mode and I'll move this back up now that I can get my screen kind of back to where it was before, and I can flip my pillow over again if you want to see that love you more. I just love that positivity in my video. But bottom line, I've just taken my thumbnail, so now I can go ahead and record my screen too, and I'm going to show you what I do with that thumbnail real quick to make it into the actual thumbnail for this video. So the first thing I do is open Adobe Lightroom with the photo that I've just taken. Next, I use one of my presets from a previous photo that I took, and I'm just going to choose this one because this is actually a photo I took of my girls on their 11-month birthday, and I copy the settings from this photo that I made, and then I take it over to this one and I paste the settings. Simple as that. Now you can see what it looked like before and after. It's just a lot more bright. I think that usually looks good. Now I'm saving the photo to my iPhone, and I'm also going to show you one other of my favorite apps called Snapseed. This is another great app where I can open the photo and click tools below and I select healing. This is my favorite tool to edit out any little minor things in the photo that need to go away. Like I have a tiny little bit of the sign in there and I just deleted that. And then I've got this windowsill here on the left side that I'm going to also try to highlight and delete. There it goes. Now you can see what it looked like before and after. And it works like magic. I'm pretty sure people who do modeling probably also use this for blemishes and things like that. So go ahead and save a copy of that, and now it's in your photo reel, and I'm gonna open up Canva because this is where I actually make my thumbnail. And they have a set size for YouTube thumbnails, so if you type that in at the top, it'll come up with the exact size. I usually go to uploads and immediately then take from my photo library the photo that I just took. Once it loads, I add it into my thumbnail design and then I size it. I try to make it as big as I can for the entire frame without taking out anything important from the photo. The other thing I love about Canva is you can actually put in a box and specifically designate it to fit the colors of the photo. So as you can see, this color showed up light brown, which is one of the colors that's in my photo. I'm just resizing it to fit the empty space on the right, but I can also then select a gray to match exactly the gray in the background of my wall, which is really nice. You'd never know that it's not part of the photo. Next, I go ahead and add some text because I want there to be good text so that people are going to click this thumbnail and know what it's about. So as I'm adding this text, you can kind of tell that it's hard to see because there's a lot going on right behind it. So once I type up my header, you'll actually see that I'm going to add a box behind it to make it a lot more clear. I can also change the angle, the colors, and the size, which is really nice. I also do a little bit of research before I actually name my video and put it on the thumbnail because I want to make sure it's something that people are interested in, that they're going to want to click on. So I'm just finishing up these touches. I'm going to play around with the colors just a little bit to find out what I think looks the best. And I think this nice blue color of my shirt looks nice. And now that it's done, I'm saving it and I've got it now on my camera roll. And that is how you make a YouTube thumbnail. Super easy and super quick. If you're, again, a new creator or a YouTube mom or even a TikTok creator, there's a whole bunch of things that are super easy hacks that you can do just like this using simple apps like Canva, Snapseed, and Lightroom. So I will link all three of those apps below. Feel free to check them out. They're all free and apps that I use. So yeah, just to recap, I really like using all of these little things that I've got here, little gadgets. But like I said, you really just need one tripod to start out. And then additionally from that, you gotta have a nice background, nice lighting, and that can come from the sunlight or a light above, whatever you have. Like I said, being a mom, we learn how to multitask and we learn how to be very resourceful. So be really good with your time management, resource your time, resource whatever energy that you can possibly get. If you need a quick snack, I will recommend what I do below. I just do these vegan healthy shakes that are really, really awesome on the go. So sometimes if I don't have time to do breakfast and I know I need to film a video to get my channel going because I am treating it like a business, I just really quickly down a shake, and that is what keeps me going with all this energy that you see here. So any other questions that you have, feel free to leave them below in the comments. I would love to answer and just share more about my journey starting this YouTube channel and how it's going so far. And I hope that you have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.